Welcome back, everybody. Since she was 17, our next guest has been living by the motto, dream big and live those dreams today. And that motto's led her to success in the fields of beauty, fashion, and entrepreneurship. When she's not working on one of her many business ventures, she's encouraging others to follow their dreams as a motivational speaker. We want to welcome fashion and travel expert Ariana Pierce. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
me. You already
me.
have us oohing and eyeing
yes.
all of your stuff.
All lay out all this awesome great stuff.
Yes, and you have got quite the impressive resume for a young 25-year-old. You've been featured on E! and Glamour, Vogue, Essence, Us Weekly.
Yes.
That is fabulous.
Tell
us what has inspired you to get where you are.
Yeah. Well, one, I started the business and I said, you know what, I want to put my name on something. I come from a family of entrepreneurs and they all own different things. But I said, what can I do for myself so that way I can start making some money, you know, as a young person. So that was the motive. And then the second thing was I wanted to inspire women all over the world and young people. And usually coming from a small town, I'm originally from Michigan. And when you come from a small town, it's hard to get your name out there. Yeah. Nobody knows who you are except in that city. So I said the way I can do that is through entrepreneurship, and that really inspired me to go after the business.
Okay, so now you started with the nail polish, right? When you were 17.
17 years old.
Why nail polish? And I mean, how did you even start doing? Like, I won't even know where to start.
Yeah, was this for gas money? Like,
well, my mom was in the cosmetic industry, so she had, you know, she had some connections with that. So we wanted to do something different. Everyone was coming out with the t-shirt line, which is fine, that's great. But we said, what can we do in the fashion industry that's totally different? So there was no nail polish, one that was fast drying and that matched the runways of Fashion Week. So I had been going and I said, what can I do that matches the runway so, you know, women who can't necessarily afford the designer outfits, they can still feel like they're fashionable, you know, in their everyday lives. And that's how the nail polish was inspired and created.
And this is vegan and non-toxic. What's vegan nail polish?
That means you can eat it. No, no, it doesn't mean that. No, you can't eat it, so please do not eat the nail polish. Please do not do that. But what it simply means is that, one, it's not tested on animals. And so we do not test it on any animal. Some products do that with cleaning products or nail polish. The second thing is that sometimes when you get a sparkly color, you know, something like this or like the Rising Star Raspberry, they use fish scales in it. And they, yes, they use it from the fish.
I never heard such a thing.
And so, you know, if you're into animal cruelty and different things like that, you don't necessarily want that in your nail polish, or even if you're putting it on your kids and you say, I want them to be safe. And so we did ours without, you know, using fish scales and testing it on animals, so that's what makes it vegan.
Wow, that's terrific.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's very impressive.
I'm interested in how you develop the colors.
Yeah. Well, we love pink, as you can tell.
Clearly.
Lots of pink. And so that was the first color that we developed. Then after that, I said, okay, there's other people out there who need other colors. You know, they're going to wear the yellows, they're going to wear the nudes. And then the names behind it is really cool. So how we come up with the name is we use something fashionable. So our first collection was the Rising Star collection. And we said, you know, there are people out there who may never be able to hire a stylist, but with our nail polish, you can have your own stylist. So we have My Stylist Loves Pink, or Walk the Red Carpet,
That's great.
or Aren't You an A-lister? And so when you're wearing your nail polish, you can go up to your friends and say, oh yeah, I'm wearing, you know, I'm an A-lister, or Walk the Red Carpet, so you feel like you're a celebrity.
Yeah, give yourself that little extra zhuzh, even if it's just on your nails.
Exactly, so you can feel special.
You don't just have nail polish, though. You moved on from there into other things. So you have an accessories line.
Yes.
So what, tell us about that.
Okay,
And this cuteness.
Yes, and the style and travel girl, that's a part of it too. So
love the passport.
How that came about, the style and travel girl collection, was I went on a study abroad program, and there were tons of students who lost their passports. So we were going to the embassy like every day, you know, because we had to stick together.
Yeah, of course.
You know, our teachers were like, don't leave anyone behind. So we were going to the embassy, U.S. Embassy, trying to get them back home. You know, they're calling. I'm like, Mom, I want to get out the country. I can't, you know, different things like that. And so I said, why don't I create a passport that's fun and fabulous where you definitely won't forget or lose your passport if you have something that's bright and fun.
Yeah, you'll spot these are mine.
Exactly. You'll see it in there. You won't just toss it anywhere.
Love.
So
that's
super, super cute.
Thank you so much. So they're all fun colors that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Love them.
Well, you've also got an online fashion blog called Ariana Style Book.
Yes.
So it's obviously going to be super colorful, really cute.
Exactly.
But what can we find on it?
You can find lifestyle, fashion, and business advice on there. And so what I did was I mixed in business advice because I know the ladies, they love the fashion, but sometimes you want to turn that into your money-making moxie, and that's what we call it. And so I teach on the blog, I mix it in there so that way it catches people, but then I'm giving you business advice at the same time. So that's what you can find on there.
So this sounds like because you're also a motivational speaker, so this
yeah.
also sounds like it's tied in.
Yeah.
How did you start that, and what kind of goals do you have for yourself for the rest of your career?
Well, I started speaking very young, actually, at the age of about 10 or 11.
What did you have to tell?
And so
Talk about
I don't like this
But
Saturday morning cartoon programming.
It was different because my mom had the Women's Success Conference. So her name is Dr. Stacia. She had this huge conference, and then the teens wanted to come. And we said, well, why don't we do something fun for them? So at first, of course, at 10, I'm not teaching them, business. It's just fun. Like, come get girly stuff, how to learn. And then as I matured, my message matured. And then the goal became to teach other young entrepreneurs how to live their life and dream big and be entrepreneurs at a young age.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired.
Exactly. It's so exhausting, but you know what? You've accomplished so much at such a young age.
Thank you.
I mean, not such a young, but I mean, you've accomplished so much at a young age.
Thank you.
What's the greatest accomplishment that you've had so far? Is there something that you're like, oh my gosh, this was just a moment?
Well, I have two things, actually. The first one was being in Glamour magazine. So that was huge. That was my first mention ever. And so it was one of the pinks. I think my stylist loves pink. And I opened up the magazine and it says, Superstar Nail Lacquer by Ariana Pierce. And we were screaming. I was showing all my friends. That was really cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Is that framed now?
Yeah, it is. Actually, it is framed. And the kitchen is big. And we actually have a row bottle in there that was mentioned. So we took it serious. We were like, oh no, this is huge.
Glamorous?
Yeah, that's massive.
So that was the one thing, especially coming from a small town. It's like, that's huge. And then the second thing is, I get testimonials all the time from young people saying, oh, I heard you speak, and now I started my business, or, now I'm doing this bag line, or I'm making money from my blog. And so that's really touching to me because, because it's good to be successful, but it's better to help other people be successful too. So
that's a great message. I love that.
Good for you.
Thank
I love it.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
we
you
know
for
you drove
having
a
me.
little bit, so we appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun.
You can find out more about Ariana and her styles on her fashion blog, arianastylebook.com.